testimony on Tuesday, Epstein's former pilot said that many of the most powerful politicians in the country, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, flew aboard Epstein's private plane.
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years. I live in New York, she lives in New York, and I've known her and her husband for years, and I really like them both a lot.
And as you know, most people know, she's a world-class liar.
Hillary's a great friend of mine. Her husband is a great friend of mine. They're fantastic people. I mean, the thing, they get a bad knock. She's a very nice woman. People think tough, and I guess she's tough, but she's a very nice woman, and he's a very nice guy. We know all about the smarts and how smart they are, and all, but they are good people.
There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women. Hillary Clinton attacked those same women and attacked them viciously, 4 of them here tonight.
Hillary's a great friend of mine. Her husband is a great friend of mine. They're fantastic people. I mean, but she's a very nice woman, and he's a very nice guy.
These are all lies. We say lie, 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 lie. Lie. Dirty, rotten liar.
No, but why did she get rid of it? Hillary, rotten Clinton. Rotten Clinton. Hillary, rotten Clinton, right?
And they are, just really terrific people. I like them both very much, but I think you'll be looking at the record of Hillary Clinton and how did she do as Secretary of State, probably above and beyond everybody else and everything else.
It's a disgrace, and honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton, I want to follow up on that. I'm going to let you talk about email.
Because everything he just said is absolutely false, but I'm not... It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Hillary's a great friend of mine. Her husband is a great friend of mine. They're fantastic people. I mean, but she's a very nice woman.
All will be revealed.
I don't know about you all, but I tend to think of politics as akin to the theatrics of pro wrestling, minus the tights and leotards, of course. I mean, I don't think Biden could sell you on 5 to 6 booster shots per year if he were all greased up like Brutus the Barber Beefcake before a match with Jake the Snake Roberts. But as far as gimmicks, scripts, heels, and faces go, there's pretty much no difference between the two. In wrestling terminology, a heel is considered the bad guy, and a face, or a baby face, is considered the good guy. And each character, heel or face, plays to the emotions of the crowd. So to leftists, Trump would be a heel, and Clinton would be a face. To the right, Trump would be the face, and Clinton the heel. But unlike the audience at a pro wrestling arena, the audience watching the political theater is not unified. In a hypothetical steel cage, no-holds-barred match between Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, half would cheer for Clinton and the other half for Trump. And the powers that shouldn't be use this division to their advantage better than a WWE scriptwriter could ever dream. Because the scriptwriters of the political theater know a secret. And that secret is that the audience member on each side of the political spectrum only sees what's comforting to their psyche. The audience only sees what they want to see, and any negative behavior their political hero has done is rationalized and justified in the most absurd manner. That's called cognitive dissonance. And drug running, arms running, wars, murder, sex trafficking, child abuse, and all other malevolent deeds can be and have been brushed under the rug because in the eyes of the audience, their political hero would never be capable of such debauchery and evil. Which leads us to the close relationship with Epstein with 2 of the most polarizing factions on the political spectrum. Your heroes, the Trumps and the Clintons. Both Trump and Clinton were close friends with Epstein, flew on his jet numerous times, are listed in Epstein's Black Book of Contacts, both were close to the convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, both are close friends to other Epstein-associated sex traffickers, and both have been accused of abuse by Epstein-affiliated girls and minors. Circled in Epstein's Black Book is Donald Trump, including over 15 of Trump's contacts and emergency numbers. Also listed are Trump's brother Robert, Trump's daughter Ivanka, Trump's ex-wife Ivana, and Trump's wife Melania. There are over 20 contacts listed for Clinton in Epstein's Black Book under his deputy assistant, Doug Bann. Other Clinton staff contacts listed in the Black Book include Clinton's deputy White House counsel, Cheryl Mills, Clinton's White House secretary, Ann Stock, Clinton's Secretary of Energy, Bill Richardson, who, by the way, Epstein victim Virginia Roberts was allegedly directed by Ghislaine Maxwell to have sex with, and that's according to a sworn deposition. And also listed in the Black Book is Clinton's finance director, Mark Middleton. During his presidency, Donald Trump would unconscionably hire Epstein's former lawyers to head his impeachment team, lawyers like Alan Dershowitz and Ken Starr, who got Epstein his deal of a lifetime plea agreement in 2008, reducing his charges to a lighter sentence, granting him immunity from federal prosecution, serving only 13 months in county jail, and was allowed to spend his days on work release at his Palm Beach office. Approving this Epstein plea agreement was one Alexander Acosta, who was then the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida. Trump would hire Alexander Acosta to head the Department of Labor during his presidency, a department that oversees child labor, forced labor, and get this, human trafficking. Let's repeat that. Trump hired the guy who granted Epstein the deal of a lifetime. Epstein, a notorious sex trafficker. And Trump put the guy who granted a notorious sex trafficker immunity to head the department in charge of human trafficking. During Clinton's presidency, Epstein visited the Clinton White House a documented 17 times, beginning just a month after Bill Clinton was inaugurated. Here are the two pedophile blackmailers greeting then President Bill Clinton in 1993 at a VIP visit to the White House. Acting as a point of contact between Epstein and Clinton was the aforementioned White House Secretary Ann Stock. At the same time period when Epstein was taking flights to the Clinton White House, Donald Trump was creating VIP parties exclusively for just him and Epstein. Clinton flew on Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express, at least a documented 27 times, with the flight logs showing him flying in the presence of young girls. One particular girl listed on multiple flights with Clinton is Cindy Lopez. Lopez is listed in Epstein's Black Book, and under her name is listed Karen Models. Now, the owner of Karen Models is Jean-Luc Brunel, who is pictured here fooling around and groping Ghislaine Maxwell. Brunel is the close Epstein and Ghislaine modeling agent who, according to a lawsuit, supplied Epstein with girls on tap. In one case described in the lawsuit, Brunel disgustingly sent Epstein 3 12-year-old girls as a birthday present. Brunel has faced sexual assault allegations dating back decades and was finally arrested in December of 2020, charged with rape, with all allegations involving minors. Listed as a point of contact for Brunel's next management modeling agency is one Steve Mnuchin, nominated as U.S. Treasury Secretary by Donald Trump. Co-owner of Brunel's next management modeling was Faith Cates, who reportedly received donations from Epstein in exchange for girls. Faith Cates and Trump's Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin go way back. Quote, Mnuchin has been friends with Cates for approximately 30 years, according to a Treasury Department official, and once helped Cates set up a business as a friend. A spokesman for Cates confirmed the two had been friendly for decades. She said Mnuchin had offered Cates business advice when she started Next Management Company and served as her real estate broker, unquote.
But one man Eileen Ford does associate with in Paris is this man, the head of Karen Models, one of the largest and most prestigious agencies in the country. His name is Jean-Luc Brunel. The girls told us Brunel is very careful about the models who are under the protection of Eileen Ford. But Courtney and Sherry, who are not Ford models, told us about the dinners he invites his other girls to attend with his male friends.
It's a meat market. You are there for the purpose of somebody wanting to take you home to bed. He is acting as a matchmaker. He's got the agency, he's got the girls. His friends say, oh, Jean-Luc, I'd like to meet some girls, or we're having a party tonight. Can you bring some girls? And what happens if you say no? You don't work.
He was a close confidant of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and a former French modeling agent facing charges of his own. Tonight, Jean-Luc Brunel is dead, found in his Paris prison cell hanged with his bed sheets, according to the Paris prosecutor's office. Authorities believe the 75-year-old died by suicide. It comes less than 3 years after Epstein was found dead in a Manhattan prison under similar circumstances. His death has been ruled a suicide. Brunel was awaiting trial after several former models accused him of rape and sexual harassment when they were minors.